Hi boys, I hope you're doing all well. I'm going to run through how agency owners, coaches, consultants can more effectively build a sales process and acquisition workflow to install inside of their agency/consulting business. Okay, and I really think this is the most important thing to make a video on, most important thing to talk about, because if you actually analyze it, if you actually think about it, if I was to ask you, okay, what's the main problems inside your company? What's the main constraints? What's the main bottlenecks between you not scaling? It's like, oh, I can't book appointments. Everyone has an appointment setting problem, right? Like, life's never going to be worse off with more appointments in your calendar. I think we can all agree. On that. Okay, so I just want to go through acquisition, the methods on outreach, outbound prospecting, etc., and then actually the sales process side of things, and how I'm just kind of thinking that you should structure your entire acquisition workflow, and not even that, but just like I really want to go into how you should be thinking and optimizing for the future as well. And how I'm kind of thinking about the future within my agency's acquisition. So first, let's go into it, right? Methods. Everybody talks online about methods, outreach methods. Like if you've seen like an outreach video, like best SMA cold template with some dead thumbnail. They talk about like these acquisition methods, right? But I really think, like, and you can kind of agree on this yourself, or you can have your own opinion, but I really think the best form of acquisition, like, if you're leveraging an acquisition channel, like, it's offer dependent, right? Like, if you have an appointment setting agency, maybe Facebook outbound is going to be the best, leveraging Facebook groups, or maybe Instagram outbound is going to be the best. But it's like, if you have a Facebook ad agency, maybe cold email is the best, maybe cold calling is the best, maybe walk-ins are the best, okay? So I just want to remove that mindset and perhaps a belief system that you have right now that, this guy said Instagram is the best outreach in SMMA. SMA is too broad. It's way too broad to kind of just look at one acquisition channel and think, okay, this is the best. So have an understanding that your offer, the dependence on your offer is which form of acquisition you should be leveraging. Now, I've done a little line to inbound because I think this is the one everyone needs to dial in. I feel like this video won't get that many views, etc. But like, I'm just telling you, bro, inbound is the one you need to dial in. If I was to make a video like, best cold email or best cold call, it's like, it probably get more views, but I'm just telling you, right? Think of your acquisition channel for your offer, but inbound has to be dialed in. And the reason that is because the founders making 300 to 500K per month, 80% of their acquisition is organic. 80% of their acquisition is organic content. Right? People wanting to buy from them. And I think that's really the way to win. Okay? If you want to be successful in this online game for 5 to 10 years, okay? Because I'm only 18. I'm going to be in this for a very, very long time. Your organic content, your inbound needs to be dialed in. And it needs to be sorted out fast. Okay? Because the competition's too high. Okay? So whatever you're running, whether you're running Instagram outreach, Facebook outreach, dial in your inbound leads. Because they're going to be the warmest, right? They're going to be the most educated. They're going to be the most willing to buy. For example, if you saw my story, we've actually pivoted to a new kind of offer now. And literally, we launched it within 3 to 2 days. And literally, you sign a client like that. It's a 2K retainer plus rev share. We're going to be up the price, but that was just kind of our first client with this new kind of offer. But it literally took us 2 days to sign a client. Why? Because, well, he was already educated before he got on the call. Like, before he got on the call, he was already sold. So all we had to do was just say, okay, here's the price, here's the exact infrastructure we're going to build, and go from there. Okay, so that's super valuable to actually get money into you. People are paying you. You can't make money. People have to give you money. Okay, the more you can educate people on giving you money, the richer you're going to get, the more wealth you're going to accumulate. And the way to actually do this is just to give value. Okay, online, content, etc. So whatever you're doing, whether you're leveraging Twitter, LinkedIn, paid ads, because we've dialed in paid ads as well. Paid ads is like, I couldn't believe how good it is. Whatever you're doing, inbound to build for the future is super important. Okay, you can't do anything without inbound leads. Okay, so I don't know what's happening to my mouse here. Cool. So I just want to go through that. First, it's offer dependent, and guys, I just want to say, first of all, like, in this video, I'm just going to be over acquisition and sales process. But like, guys, obviously you need a good offer. Obviously your offer is important, but I'm not going to bore you with the offer. Like, build a good offer. Here's the incentives you need to install, etc. Because you already know this. Okay, I'm just saying, if you've built a fantastic offer, this is how you should go about your acquisition. So just keep in mind that the founders, look, because they've already left the fucking blueprints, right? You just need to copy them. So the founders making 300 to 500K per month, just have in mind, okay, so maybe that's not exactly true statistically, but a lot is organic content. Okay. Now, to actually run this outbound, obviously you're going to need an appointment setter. I get a lot of DMs saying, "Oh, Luke, I'm not booking appointments. I'm not signing clients." I'm like, okay, have you got like, okay, let's have a look at your acquisition. Okay, so you have an appointment setter, obviously. No. Well, then, like, how are you going to track outreach? Like, how is this going to be systemized? How is this going to be automated? How is this going to be pumped out at volume every single day? Because it's the only way to win. You have to understand that just because outreach is so talked about, right? Like, oh, you have to outreach for your SMMA, you have to outreach for your coaching business. It doesn't mean that outreach isn't cold, right? It doesn't mean it's cold acquisition. Like, it's incredibly cold, meaning the only way we can fix the problem of just like, okay, acquisition is hard, cold outreach is hard, just sending people emails, sending people messages saying, hey, look, here's my thing, do you want to buy it, is difficult. The only way we're going to tackle this is volume, right? There's other ways. Obviously, I'm saying build a brand, build content, build a really good offer. Maybe you can leverage other forms of acquisition like inbound or paid ads. But overall, just for the average online service business owner, your outreach will be extremely cold, okay? So the only way you're going to do it is hiring an appointment setter. You ain't going to run, come on, do you still run around doing that? What, like putting in the outreach tracking sheet, doing all that? Like, bro, come on. So you're going to need daily KPIs. So they're going to need to send you, your team's going to need to send you, okay, this was the daily report at the end of the day. X amount of messages, X amount of warm leads, X amount of appointments booked, etc., etc. You're going to need a tracking sheet. I'm actually going to go into my company's tracking sheet because I just want to show you with this new offer that we've launched and the outbound campaigns, how many VSL requests we are booking. Like, I'm not that good at that much, right? I'm a learner. I learn every day in business, but one thing I can say I've got pretty good at is getting replies and getting people on meetings and getting people to see really, really converting sales assets. That's what I believe I'm quite good at. And I'll show you, I'll go into this a little bit soon. You need shadowing sessions. So your VA's not always going to be good. A lot of people I see a lot of people saying like, oh, my appointment set is not that good. My appointment set doesn't book that many appointments. I'm like, bro, they're never going to be that good. You've got them off of Upwork. They're just a virtual assistant looking for work here, work there. They're looking for like a data manager role, bro. Like, you're bringing them into your company. You need to train them up. I spend so much time working on training, working on shadowing, working on growth development because it's super, super important. Otherwise, you're not innovating and your appointment set is going to be dead, right? No one wants a dead appointment set. And the other thing is just like follow-up system, right? Like, without following up, I really don't expect how you guys think you're going to book appointments, you're going to get interest, you're going to start converting meetings without a follow-up system. So this is the main premise of the framework to actually start, dialing in good outbound. Because I really think to be successful in this, to actually book meetings, like, it's really hard. Therefore, you have to be really good, okay? So the first kind of structure you have to build out is, okay, we need an appointment setter. We need to track daily KPIs, tracking sheet, shadowing sessions, and a follow-up system. Absolutely mandatory. After 2 to 3 weeks, you're going to start collecting data. So, which was working? Was this working? Maybe pivot this. Maybe we'll target different type of lead. Refine, right? Collect the data after 2 to 3 weeks. Don't be too short of it because you might have not allowed enough time to accumulate the data. But don't be too long with it either. Adapt, switch, be switched on, and then you can refine your outreach, right? New outbound prospecting campaign. I'm going to go over this outbound prospecting campaign that we've just launched. This is new. This is why there's not that many leads in there. Look, right, started on the 3rd. Dead outreach numbers, right? Look how many looms we're booking. 14 looms after 200 messages, right? I'm not saying that's amazing, but it's pretty good, right? For someone to say, yep, send a loom over, like, I think that's pretty good. And that's not even us collecting data. This is in the main stages where this outbound's not meant to be that good. Okay, because after 2 to 3 weeks of this, we're going to collect all the data. We're going to build a new outbound prospecting campaign. Like I've said here, refine your outreach, new outbound campaign, and hopefully that's going to be more, right? But look, this is like 14 looms after 6 days. Imagine you had 14, after a month, you've sent 50 looms. After a new outbound prospecting campaign, once we can refine the average, there's going to be 100 looms. Bro, you're doing well, right? Cool. So that's the main thing with outreach. I just want to go over now your sales process, which is super, super important. And this is how you need to be, because a lot of people don't actually have this dialed in. They don't actually know, okay, after the prospect replies, what the hell do I do? Okay. So methods that we've been utilizing right now is a request via VSL or a direct voice note to an appointment. So it really depends on what their reply is. If they're more direct, so if they seem pretty educated and pretty like, oh, okay, yeah, this could be a good offer, maybe go with the direct approach. So literally, this will just be, hey, you send a voice note, hey, yeah, like objection handle whatever they're doing, or confirm what they've said, and like, do you want to have a quick appointment? This is who we help, blah blah blah, and go for a direct voice note for appointment. If it's pretty direct, if they seem open to a direct response, so they seem pretty interested. If they've replied but seem a little bit uneducated, go for the request VSL. Okay. So if they seem a little bit uneducated, a little bit on edge, they have an objection, just say, look, we'll send you a video on how it works. But if they seem pretty warmed up, maybe they've like digested your content, send a direct voice note appointment, okay? Or just test it out, right? This is a method to test it out. Then, okay, because a lot of people, okay, this is like the process of your sales process, but it's like they're going to be sent to a landing page. You need to remember this with an evergreen VSL. Okay, so how can you tweak your landing page, right? Like a lot of people don't actually talk about landing pages in an agency or consulting business, but all you're trying to do is optimize the prospect's brain towards going, okay, this is good, this could bring me value, I see how, I see him doing good things, I see you doing good things, wow, I want to be a part of this, at every step of the process, okay? So the initial outreach message, your profile, your sales assets, your sales process, is it a VSL, is it a direct voice note, warming up to you as a person, building that connection, landing page, you have to systemize the process, right? They go to a landing page, is it evergreen VSL, etc. Then, after you've optimized that, it should be appointment booked. And then, because a lot of people think that's the end, bro, final sales process, email follow-ups, okay? Warm up your prospect more, right? Because it's a short process, but people actually don't analyze it at all. So, like, you don't even know. Some of you watching this might not even know what to do once the prospect replies. Have that sorted out. Okay, cool. Send to a landing page VSL. Optimize that. Tweak that. Appointment booked. Okay, final sales process phase is the email follow-ups. Okay, so confirmation. I'm really happy to have you on this call. Thank you for booking a call with our company. We're really excited to break down your limitations and scale your online coaching business or whatever, right? 2 hours before, 24 hours before, just a reminder, we've got that call booked in, really excited to talk to you. 2 hours before, get near a computer, blah blah blah, when we get ready for our call, right? If that is dialed in and you have experience of building that out, not only your show up rate is going to be so much more higher, but your actually appointment booking rate is going to become a lot higher as well, right? Which is super important. So just overall on the warming up process, because that is actually how you sell nowadays. I feel like people just hate to be sold to. And I think we're so far into this online kind of marketing game that there's so many people pushing offers that I think eventually and quite quickly, if you don't want to go broke, people need to want to buy from you. Like, people need to 100% want to buy from you. So how can you give them short form content value? Right? How can you give them VSLs, case studies, email automations, okay? And then under that, because people might just go, okay, well, I've done that, okay, well, I'm doing short form content, doing VSLs, got case studies, but it's like, what's the quality of your assets? Because if I was going to my Instagram, I'm not saying I have the best optimized Instagram of all time, but the quality of your assets are really, really important as well. It's all well and good optimizing your profile and all this, but if your profile is dead, does it really, really matter? Maybe it works a little bit more than a graphic account, but you need to make people want to work with you. You need to make people want to work with you. You need to make something seem like something's going on. This is exactly how we signed the client we signed a couple of days ago. So easily, and I couldn't believe it. It was a massive mindset switch. Obviously, we've had stuff like that before, but it's like even when we have launched a new offer in the first 3 days, where it's meant to, even if you have experience like myself, it's meant to be a little bit confusing, and client like that. Process was so automated, so systemized, such a warm prospect on the call, so much better. Okay, completely educated on who we are. So the quality of our assets really, really played a role there. If you've watched my content a little bit before, if you know a little bit about me, how many times have I talked about, having really great VSLs, having really great content, having really great case studies, etc., etc. But it's like, what is also the quality of your assets? Are they good quality assets? Are they good short form? Are you talking about good stuff? Is your VSL really optimized? You know, have you dialed in psychology? Do you have good case studies? The quality really, really is effective as well. So that's just going to be a quick video going over how you should start, just thinking more about your sales process, your acquisition workflow, and all of that good stuff. I hope you enjoyed the video. I just want to say we are hosting a live webinar on the 14th of June at 8 p.m. UK time, 3 p.m. EST. So go there. We're bringing on a ton of guests that There's a two that are just so much knowledge. Like, you guys are like so much knowledge. Like, I look up to him a lot. So really, really get dialed in there. If you haven't added me on Instagram, it's lukejackson.mx. And if you aren't in the Agency Network free Discord, that's where this webinar is going down. Get in the free Discord, opt into the free webinar, and I'll see you there. Have a good one.